what is it that I like about painting with acrylic? I like that it dries fast. I'm kind of impatient, so oil painting takes a little bit of time because you have to be patient with the drying process. But with acrylic, it dries fast, and I like to layer. I love layering a lot of paintings to the point where the canvas looks like an oatmeal cookie with all the layers on it, and I want to be able to do that relatively quick. Why do I paint so much of New York? I now live in Marietta, Georgia, just a little north of Atlanta. But I still paint a lot of New York. I paint a lot of Georgia too. But it started when I moved to Georgia. I moved to Georgia 11 years ago, and I was a lifelong New Yorker. So when I first got here, I guess I was a little homesick for New York. I missed New York City. I missed the beaches because I grew up on Long Island, right near the ocean. So my way of visiting New York or being there was to do paintings, etchings, drawings of New York City, and doing drawings and paintings of the beaches from where I grew up. And I had a lot of sketches that I did from all those years that I lived there. So it was my way of visiting through the paintings. And as I was doing the paintings, my mind was so focused on New York and what I remembered about New York. So it was kind of nice to do it that way. Funny story about New York. Well, there's a million of them, but one I remember in particular is when my wife and I were first dating. I was always a very careful driver. We lived on Long Island. I was careful, drive slow. The minute I would get into Manhattan, I became a maniac when I drive, because you have to be a maniac when you drive. Cabs are cutting you off, they're trying to run you off the road. And I just remember my future bride saying, she goes, "This is another side of you that I'm seeing that I don't know about this." And I'm like, it's survival. I have to drive like this for us to survive. So she learned to accept it. We've been married 32 years. So this is a painting of Paris, obviously, and I like doing paintings of Paris. I've been to Paris, and I love the city. And it tends to be more pure colors I use in, not all of them, but in a lot of my Parisian paintings. More pure colors than opposed to when I do New York. New York, when I think of Manhattan, I think of a lot of soot, dust, gray days, which I love. But I think of Paris as a place of almost like city of light. They call it the city of light. But I think of the color, and I think of the energy in Paris. And it's, I almost think sometimes even of the desserts. So it's like, I make it almost like, this almost looks like it could be, cake or, tarts or something along those lines with the color. So that's, I don't know how clear that is, but that's what I think of with Paris, is color and light.